Hello guys, welcome back. So as I promised, okay, we are going to cover writing task 1, phase 2. Last time we talked about the techniques and the things that we have to take into consideration when doing writing task 1 academic type. Okay, we have this question or we have this line chart or graph. First of all, we read the question. What does the question say? The chart below gives information about Istanbul Prom Plus sales in 2007. So the subject that we are going to talk about or discuss is Istanbul Prom Plus sales in the year 2007. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main feature. Look at the word main features, the phrase. This is very important, okay? And make comparisons where relevant. Of course, we can compare between two different months, two different, for example, figures, numbers, percentages, or whatever we have here. First of all, how is it measured? As we see here, millions of Turkish lira. It's measured by millions of Turkish lira. That means numbers. Okay? So when we say 50, we don't say 50,000. It's 50 millions, okay? 50 million Turkish lira. And what is the timeline? The timeline is 1 year. And it said there in 2007, look, from January, okay, to December. The whole thing is happening throughout a year. And remember the overall sentence. We have three main situations: going up, down, or up, down, up, down. That means fluctuation. What do you think it is here? It is fluctuation, isn't it? Look, up, down, up, down, up, down. So this is fluctuation. Okay, let's move on. You have to remember this one, or I suggest that you take a screenshot and you keep it in front of you while reading the answer or the example answer, okay? So moving forward. Okay, here's a model answer. Okay, introduction. Of course, don't try in the introduction, in the exam, don't say introduction. Don't try that. I did that just for teaching purpose, okay? Overview, specific features. Don't try these ones, okay? I just made them here just for you to make it clearer. Okay, the line graph, as we said in the introduction, we just paraphrase the given introduction. We change some words. Easy, we change some words. The line graph illustrates. Look, here we use the word illustrates. The sales of Istanbul Promo Plus. It was there, Istanbul Promo Plus sales. But here we said the sales of Istanbul Promo Plus over 12 months in 2007. Simple. Okay. They mentioned January, February. Okay. And the rest of the year. But here we just say over 12 months. Okay. The overall, as we said, is a fluctuation. So how would we do it? The sales of Istanbul Promo Plus fluctuated. The subject fluctuated. The subject increased. The subject decreased. The subject fluctuated throughout 12 months from January to December in 2007. Very simple. Throughout 12 months from January to December in 2007. You might say, Majdi, why would we say from January to December? The answer is for the word count. Remember, we have to write at least 150 words. And as I said to you, you have to write between 185 to 200 to be in the safe zone. So if we just write briefly, we will not hit the word count or that task achievement. Anyway, what are the specific features? It's observed that in the first month of 2007, look, we didn't say January. We said it's observed that in the first month of 2007. This is called introductory sentence, but this is a great one. Why? Because it gives us 10 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 words. Okay, this is a great one. Istanbul Promo Plus, the subject sales stood the action up, down, or fluctuated at 200 million Turkish lira. You see, number, the subject, the action number, when? The first month. These are the main 4 components that you have to include when doing writing task 1. They are very important. I'm going to talk about them further in the next slide. Anyway, and rose slightly, adverb, slightly to reach about 225 million in February. Why did we say about? Why did we say the word about? Because we are unsure. The number is not specific. Okay, it was between 225, maybe 230, but we don't know. If we say 225 without the word about, the IELTS examiner might say, how did you know? And he's right, or she's right. Anyway, this was followed by another increase in March. Look at that. Look at the introductory sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. This was followed by another increase in March. I could have said, like, sales increased in March. Yeah, but that will be basic, yeah? So, but this is much better. This was followed by another increase in March, as sales were at their highest by 350 million Turkish liras. Look, their highest. This is one of the main features. Remember, guys, whatever you are doing, line graph, pie chart, or bar chart, diagram, table, whatever you're doing, task one, you have to mention the highest points and lowest points, or maybe one highest point, one lowest point. Very important to mention them. If you don't, I don't think you'll achieve high band score. So make sure you include them. However, why however? Why do we have the word however? That means something was going well, then deteriorated. However, this upward trend was suddenly broken. Look at the introductory sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. This upward trend was suddenly broken. Okay, what happened? And sales dropped dramatically, adverb, over the next 4 months to reach a little over 100 million Turkish lira in July. Look, over the next 4 months. I don't have to mention the next 4 months by their names. Why? Because they're not important. Okay. I don't see that many changes happening there. So I just say over the next 4 months because the trend was the same, going up. Okay. Moreover, transitional word. Sales went up to just over 200. So just over. I didn't say just 200. Just over 200 million in August, we say the time, before declining again in September to the same level as in July. So here there is a comparison between July and August. Yeah, in July, sales were 200, and now in August, in July, yeah, in July it was 200. Okay. October saw a slight increase in sales. You see the introductory sentence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 words. October saw a slight increase in sales, reaching just over 150 million Turkish liras. Okay, so the subject is sales here. Okay, reaching just over number. Okay, and we say the time, October. After that, sales figures, you can say sales figures, of course, remained we didn't see that many changes. Relatively static over the last 2 months of 2000. I didn't mention them. Yes, I didn't say November and December. I just said in the last 2 months of 2007. Static, yeah, remained relatively static over, look at the word over, على مدار على طول, over the last 2 months of 2007. Okay, I suggest you watch this video over and over again. And and if you have any question, please don't hesitate to write your questions in the comment sections. Okay, the last slide is very important. These are the first, the main 4 components. And remember to include in every sentence, include subject, what is sales, cases, money, spending, whatever it is. The action, what's the action? It went up, it went down, it fluctuated, stayed the same. The time, is it month? Is it time, let's say 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock? It depends on the question statement. And figures means how much. If it went up, how much it became. If it went down, how much. If it stayed the same, how much. Okay, that's all for writing task 1. Again, if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask your question, and I'll be so happy to answer them. Thank you so much.